In this video, I want to talk to you about looking down on other people. So maybe, I don't know, I'm going to say 20 years ago, I would see women who had hair on their face, like hair on their chin and above their lip. And I always thought like, ew, like so disgusting. Like what would make a woman walk around looking like that? Now, of course, I was naive and stupid. I had no idea. I guess in my head, I was thinking, how hard could it be to get the hair off your face, right? So don't look down on people. We don't know their story. We just don't know their story. And so this went on for a long time. I would see people with hair on their face. I couldn't understand it. I was thinking like, how disgusting, why are you doing it? Why are you walking around like that? Can you cover it up? You got to do something. You can't walk around. I couldn't even look at them. It just disgusted me. And as the old people say, just keep living, right? So probably maybe 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with PCOS. And of course, it is polycystic ovarian syndrome. And it causes, one of the things that it does to you is it causes you to have overgrown hair. And so I get hair on my chin and my lip. And if I go more than 2 weeks, my eyebrows look like a unibrow. So I've been able to see. And it's a tough road, right? I don't know if it's because I'm over 40 that I have all this hair, but every 2 weeks, just like clockwork, I have to get my face waxed, chin and lip. It's a pain in the butt. I hate it. I just chalk it up to life experience, but I believe that we judge people before we know their story. We judge people and we don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know what life has in store. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know that person's story. We don't know what happened. We don't know what's happening in their life. And so having this hair on my face is very humbling. It teaches you that you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know the pain that somebody has to go through to get the hair off their face. And I get it. After getting this hair waxed, it's very painful for for years. Sometimes you just like forget it. You just don't want to be bothered with the pain of getting it waxed every 2 weeks. But there's a level of compassion and humbleness or humility that comes with, you with having this hair, right? It's one thing I can see that I can say that it is one of the worst things that I've had to experience as far as every 2 weeks. And then people look at you like, why are you walking around with that hair on your face? But they don't know, what you have to go through. They don't understand your story. They don't understand how much you've had to endure, all the things you've had to do, laser and all these different home wax, all these different things, just so that you can look presentable when you go out of the house. But I believe that it's important that we are very careful about judging people, especially, physical appearance, because we don't know their story. We don't know what has happened. We don't know what they had to endure. And, I believe there's some truth to when I hear people say over and over again, so it's a cliche, I don't look like what I've been through. And so we got to be careful that we are celebrating people for who they are, and not being so judgmental about what they look like physically. And I am so guilty of this. But you just live and learn. So last year I published a video about professionalism, and I won't go into it because I don't think it'll be beneficial, but I was very judgmental. And you live and learn, right? We're making mistakes. I can always apologize, and say I'm sorry, but you live and learn. You don't know somebody's story. You don't know what is going on in their head. You don't know what's going on in their heart. You don't know what is happening in their life. You don't know the story they're telling themselves. You just don't. It's so many things you don't know. And so you live and learn. And then you develop a different type of compassion and empathy for somebody when you've walked in somebody's shoes. And so I always love to say that, people who, if you don't have 5 children, then it'll be hard pressed for you to give me advice on 5 children. If you don't have any children, it'd be hard. You don't know, because you don't have any children. You've never been married before. You don't know what it's like to be married. If you haven't been married for a decade, you don't know what it's like, and until you walked in somebody's shoes, you don't know what it's like. And so this is a hard lesson that I stand before you, and I am constantly learning. It's like just like on repeat, just constantly, just showing people compassion, no judgment, just being humble, just knowing that your life could change just like that. You could be in that position just like that. And we don't know what we would do. We don't know what we would do until you in that position. You don't know what you could do. You could say all day what you would do, but until you're in that position, you just don't know. So just think about that today. Think about, don't judge people. Don't be mean to people. Be compassionate. People need more compassion and love and empathy than they need anything else.